We're up here in the Lake District, and Lloyd, what have you decided to start tomorrow morning?
Okay, I'm going to do the coast to coast from St Bees to Robin Hood's Bay. It's about 190 or so miles.
Have you done this race, journey before?
Yeah, I did it back in 2008 with a backpack and with a friend from work, so we carried all of our kit. But tomorrow I'm going to do it solely by myself with support from Amy in the car.
And when you did it previously, how long did it take you?
It took me about 4.5 days last time. Back in those days I was a lot less fitter, and the journey was a lot slower with all the camping kit we were carrying. But tomorrow I'll just be running with what I need between stops, and then I'll fuel up when I pass and meet Amy's car.
So how long are you hoping that it takes this time?
The plan is to finish in 3 days. We'll see whether that's possible or not.
Oh, right, okay. So the first day across the Lake District, how many miles are we looking at there?
So we're looking at 62 or so miles to get to Shap. So that's from St Bees to just where the M6 crosses. That'll be the end of the first day, and the end of the second day. I haven't really planned that far ahead yet. We'll see how I feel on the second day and play it by ear.
And how are you feeling about it all right this second?
Bit apprehensive. We'll see how things go. There's a little part of me thinks I've bitten off more than I can chew, or there's also a bit of me just thinks, what happens if I get an injury in the first few minutes even. I've done it before. I know it's a hard and long journey.
And what time are you starting in the morning?
Right, well the start is 0500. That's when the tracker kicks in.
So people can tune in on the link that I'm going to put below on this video, and they can have a look at how you're progressing throughout the day to 3 days.
Yeah, well, there's no hiding.
Great, okay, good luck Lloyd, woohoo!
Thank you.
Morning Lloyd.
Morning.
What time is it now?
About 3 minutes to 5.
And how are you feeling? Ready to start?
I think so. I can barely see where I'm going, but it will be light in the next 15-20 minutes, I think.
Are you fueled up, first thing, ready to go?
Yep, I've just had some cereal and a coffee, which I think I need, and ready for the off. And
you're standing by the memorial to the coast to coast, is it?
The official starting point, 190 miles to go.
And there is the ocean, but unfortunately everybody, you can't see it because it's too dark at the moment. So good luck Lloyd.
Okay, thank you.
And I shall see you.
See you in about just over an hour.
So Lloyd, this is stop 1 on your journey where you're refuelling with snacks and drink. How was that first stint?
Really nice along the coast, quite enjoyed that. Yeah, not too bad. Feel like I have done 15 miles already. First big-ish hill, Dent Hill out the way. Now got a fairly long desolate section along Ennerdale Water. Gradually uphill, and then one of the big 3 climbs, or 4 climbs, coming up to Honester House, so I'll be there in about 3 hours, I hope.
So where we are now at Ennerdale, is this where the walkers would normally get to at the end of day 1?
Yeah, this is day 1, I think, of 12 or 14 days, something like that.
Wow, okay, so 14
miles down, 176 to go.
Okay, I'll see you at the next stop.
Yep, okay.
Okay, Lloyd, I've just met you at official stop 2. Where have you been?
Okay, come out of Wainwright Bridge. Headed up the first proper climb of the day via Ennerdale Water, via the famous youth hostel at Blacksail Hut, and then headed up I think somewhere near Great Gable, and then descended into Honster House, and finally at the end of the official walk, day 2 stop Rothwaite. We're 29 miles in. Got another big climb coming up, another biggie, and then we're into Grasmere.
And how are you feeling in yourself at the moment?
Okay. Well, it's almost 29 miles in. I feel like I've done a marathon. It's getting quite hot now, getting quite dehydrated. But yeah, otherwise okay to press on. I pulled a bit of muscle in my quad, but nothing too bad at the moment. Just trying to fuel up here, and then see you again in about 3 hours.
So how long is your next stint you've got to do until the next stop? How many miles?
Say about 3. Well, it's about 12, 14 miles. I try not to look too far ahead. But yeah, it's gonna be a while. It's a long climb up, this one.
Okay, good luck, and we'll see you later.
Thanks.
So Lloyd, that was this is stop 3 at Grasmere. How was that last stint for you?
That was really hard, actually. The body's now screaming, that's enough. That first climb out of Rothwaite was really tough. As was the descent back out. Just you couldn't really move. It was really bouldery, lots of boulders. So it was really tough on the legs. Now in Grasmere, it's about 39 miles in or so. So 23 miles to Shap. Got a huge climb behind us. Behind you to go. Then into Patterdale, and after Patterdale, next stop Shap. So I've just got to try and keep breaking it down into small little compartments, really. And that's the only way I'm going to get there.
And how are your legs and your feet feeling?
Not great.
No blisters yet?
No, feeling very tired though. Feeling very tired. It's going to be mostly walking on this next hour. It's just straight up one of the big hills. This is the 3rd big hill of the day. And then I think I've got one more, the biggest one, still to come. And then it should be a descent into Shap. But I think it's going to be quite a late one today. So we might be finishing, certainly finishing no earlier than 6 or 7, I wouldn't have thought.
Okay, well, good luck on the next stint, and I will just turn around and show everybody what you've got to climb next. That over there. Just wanted to share with you all where exactly he's running. Look at this terrain, wow. Oh, a cyclist. Afternoon, Lloyd. Where are we now?
So we're just in Patterdale now.
You look a little bit knackered.
Yeah, 46.5 miles in. I've now got 15.5 miles to go today. It's 4:30 almost. Just having last rest, and I'm going to head out in a few minutes. This is actually the hardest, probably part of the whole trip coming up. So it's only 15.5 miles, but it's mostly uphill for the next 5 miles.
So this is stop 4, is it now?
I've lost count.
And have each of the legs got harder as you've gone along today?
The last leg wasn't too bad actually.
It looked pretty steep coming over the Kirkstone Pass to me.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a bit of cramp and my quads are pretty well dead now. But I'm hoping this next section, just got to walk it. It's all steeply uphill, hitting the highest point of the trip coming up at 740 metres. I think as of right now we're 150 metres above sea level, so a big climb coming.
Wow, that is a big climb.
Up the knot, but then after that it will be descent all the way along Haweswater and then into Shap.
So looking forward to a nice hot shower and a good meal, I bet, when you get to Shap later.
Yeah, I've had some stomach issues earlier. It's got better as of late. I'm just trying to sort of do a bit of running or a bit of walking, and then just stopping every so often just for water or drink and some food, and that seems to be doing the trick at the moment.
Great. Well, get that jammy dodger down,
Thank you.
And I will see you later. So Lloyd, you got to Shap at 3 minutes past 9, and what's the time now?
Almost 10 past 10.
And really upbeat. Could you do it again?
I'm absolutely ruined. That last section was the highest part of the whole trip, 800 metres, almost 800 metres. But it's not just the hill, it's coming back off it. I had to do a lot of scrambling, and it's just absolutely killed my the top of my legs, my quads. It's also been quite a hot day as well, so I've caught the sun and quite dehydrated. I mean, I've drank a lot, but it's almost impossible to avoid dehydration. And the state of my feet, Amy doesn't want even to post the photo of them. It's that bad.
I don't think we want to put anybody off their dinner, so I am not showing you a picture of his feet.
They are shocking. So,
but do you feel as if are you pleased with yourself?
Well, I mean, 62 miles in a day, that's basically 100 kilometres.
You've run the Lake District. You've run the Lake District in one day.
I'm still in Cumbria, but I've exited the Lake District. It's the hardest day out of the way, but it's come at a significant cost. I'm pretty certain to do the whole crossing in 3 days is just not feasible. Just no way. I was basically shuffling in the last few hours. It's absolutely killed my legs.
Well, we'll see how you are in the morning and report in for possible day 2.
Maybe. It could be a day 2, but I don't think it will be a full crossing on the cards, because I've got to do another 62 miles, albeit it's flatter tomorrow. But that's not really. I just don't think it's feasible. It was such a tough day today. We'll see. I mean, something to be proud of nonetheless. I mean, not many people can do 62 miles in a day and climb those mountains. But we'll see.
Well, I'm really proud of you no matter what happens tomorrow. So get some rest and we'll see what day 2 brings.
Thank you.
So it's the morning of day 2 and you're up. Lloyd, you're standing.
Yeah, it's 10 to 9, so no chance was I going to be able to get up for an off at 5 a.m. I was all set to just call it quits, to be honest, because my legs are absolutely still shot to pieces. But I'm going to have a go. I've had a bit of a reassessment. There's no way on earth we're going to be able to do it in 3 days. That's out now. But I'm just going to see what miles I can do today, and we'll see.
And you got your wet weather gear on, so a bit of a cooler day today for you.
Yeah, to be honest with you though, after yesterday in the heat and the humidity, it's actually nice for it to be a bit cooler now. Be a bit easier.
Great, well good luck this morning and I'll see you later in Kirkby Stephen.
Yep, that's another 13 miles, so it'll be a few hours.
See you later. I have to say guys, this is brutal weather for him to be running in today. Woo! Wet and windy, but a nice landscape again, nice views, but I bet he's not taking those in. I bet he's just thinking about the pain. You've just done Shap to Kirkby Stephen. How many miles was that, Lloyd?
About 20,
And
just over.
You look pretty tired now.
Yeah, my feet are in a right state. And my quads have virtually seized up now.
Are you going to be continuing? Or haven't you made that decision yet?
It's more of a case of I don't know whether my body can physically continue, and mentally I want to, but if my legs can't, I'm struggling to just even move my legs at the moment.
What was the terrain like coming over where you've just, the 20 miles you've just done?
Pretty mixed really, there's no major ascents. It's just a bit up and down, sort of open moorland.
And is it the same going forward potentially?
No, the next stage starts to go into the Dales. So the next stage would involve a climb going up to about 680 metres. But I think my legs are screaming at me now to quit really.
Okay, well, we'll stop, get some food into you, have a rest and reassess. So the quick update from me is that I've just met him on the top of one of the dales here and given him a cup of tea. He didn't want to sit down in the warm car, which is good, and he actually had a smile on his face and looked kind of perky and said, I'm not going to stop, I just want to keep going. So that's good news, and he's even saying that he might get further than Kelm tonight, so let's see what happens. I'm going to follow him down the road a little bit now and see whether he needs anything else. You've made it to the halfway point of the whole coast to coast journey. How do you feel right now?
That's my feet, that. Well, we're halfway.
Yeah, but it's a massive achievement.
Yeah, cheated a little bit at the last leg of going along the road. Got a bit lost as well in one of the mountain well, not mountain, but in one of the fells. There was a lot of mist and fog and the path just disappeared. Time is now 7:30 on Sunday evening. In a couple of minutes I'm going to try and do another hour and a half's worth. I'm not going to get to Reef tonight, but if I can get a few miles done in the bag, then maybe we're still on for in 2 days' time. We'll see.
Great, okay, good luck, and I'll see you in a bit. End of day 2, and you passed the halfway point of the whole journey.
Yeah, so Kelton was the halfway point, about 90 or 95 miles, something like that, over halfway now. A little bit further beyond that now, did about halfway to Reeth. Finished at about 9:10 this evening, just had a bite to eat. We're staying in a pub for the night. The plan at the moment for tomorrow is to get to Reeth before breakfast, because that's the only conceivable way I think we're going to be able to finish within the next 2 days. Because although I'm over halfway, my feet are in a pretty bad way. So I'm pretty much left to a shuffle, and then the idea is I'll get to at least a place called Ingleby Cross tomorrow, and that gives me, although I'd still be behind, that gives me a fighting shot to finish by the end of the day after. It's be a big distance on that final day, but I'm hoping if I did do it, I'll be running on a bit of nervous excitement or any nervous energy. We'll see.
Well, you look a little bit more alive than you did last night.
Yeah, I feel a bit better in myself. My legs feel pretty similar to yesterday. My feet are definitely worse, and they're now starting to puff up a bit. But you know, I mean, things are better than how they were looking at Kirkby Stephen at lunchtime, where I was really close to packing it all in. But now I feel like we're over halfway, so the finish feels a little bit closer than it did at lunchtime.
And changing footwear and socks for dry ones throughout the journey today seemed to help as well.
Yeah, so I think I've worn 3 different pairs of footwear today. I wore my running trainers, wore Amy's walking shoes, because my feet are puffing up so much that they're bashing at the end and rubbing in my normal shoes and my normal off-road shoes. So it was nice just to have dry at the time, Amy's pair, but also I used my fell shoes first thing.
Great, okay, so it's not on track from a Friday night's interview, but we're still on track for a finish in a pretty quick time, so let's see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, fresh day awaits. 500 up and out.
So, morning Lloyd, it's 5:40, raining again.
Yeah, proper rain.
And where are you heading off to from here? We're currently in Gunnerside, in Swaledale.
As expected last night at 9:10, I called it a day. Didn't quite get to Reeth. You can see on the sign there, 6 miles to go. That's the first plan today, is to get those 6 miles out of the way, and then it's another 10 miles to the biggest settlement on the whole trip, which is Richmond. Richmond will be, I think, about 116, 117 miles in, and the plan today is I've got to get to Ingleby Cross to have any chance of finishing by tomorrow, which is about 133 in. If I can do any further miles beyond that, then it's definitely a bonus.
Great, okay. So I will see you in 6 miles in Reeth for a breakfast refuelling stop.
Yep, so I think I'll just take it easy and try not to burn too much energy first thing, and be about an hour and 3/4, I think.
Okay, great. See you in a bit.
Okay.
How was your early morning stint from Reeth to Richmond?
Only 11 miles. It took me quite some time to get here.
my feet are really struggling. Physically, actually, I don't feel that much any different. I feel, if anything, slightly better, but my feet are the limiting factor. They're just really sore now. But at Richmond now, 111 miles down, 71 to go, I think.
Great. Okay, so what kind of terrain have you got coming up now? Because you've obviously, this is the start of day 3. You've already crossed the whole of the Lake District, and now you've crossed the whole of the Yorkshire Dales.
Yeah, they're done.
So what's coming up?
Right, so this is really the transition phase into the Yorkshire moors, but I won't actually go into the moors today. That'll be tomorrow. So I think I'll cross the A1 at some point today. I've got a minimum of 23 miles left to do today if I've got any chance of finishing tomorrow, but really I need to just do a few miles extra if I can. It's going to be really touch and go. Looking at the time, I reckon it'll be about 8 hours at least, which will take me to 7 PM to get to Ingleby, and that's if I'm lucky. And I could do with doing like another, few miles beyond that. Really, every mile counts.
Well, the weather seems to have picked up a bit for you now, and it's stopped raining, so let's hope that holds off for the rest of the day.
Yeah, dry now. It's good.
Okay, well, enjoy. You've just done the stretch from Richmond to Danby Wisk. Here we are in Danby Wisk. How was that for you, Lloyd? You were running quite a bit there.
Yeah, it was pretty flat on the whole. If I'm to finish by the end of tomorrow, I've got to get the miles in when the opportunity's there to run. You can't always run every section, and I don't always have the legs to do it as well. So 124 miles in, and I think 58 to go. I've got a minimum of 9 to do today. So yeah, we'll see what's what. And things are looking a bit more hopeful for an end of tomorrow finish, or it might be a very late arrival, but we'll see.
Well, the weather's certainly picked up for you today now. You've obviously taken your wet weather gear off, so is that helping you now?
Yeah, a little bit. It's difficult to run with all the wet weather gear on, but at the same time you don't want it to get too hot, you just start overheating.
So is it pretty flat terrain now across to Ingleby Cross?
Yeah, pretty flat. So 9 miles. Flat doesn't always necessarily mean easy. Some ways that can actually be harder. It's just a lot more pounding on the flat. But yeah, so hopefully I'll be in Ingleby in about 3 hours.
Great.
About 7ish.
Okay, and then we'll see. We'll take it from there and see if you're able to do anything more than that today.
Yeah, Ingleby's the the due minimum. If I can get an extra couple of hours beyond that before last light, every mile counts.
Right, okay, let's keep going.
Yeah, thank you.
Look who I'm coming up on, guys. Mr. Runner. Woo! Let's see if he needs anything. Afternoon, fans. A bit of an update from me. He has just stopped on an intersection where a road crosses a footpath. He's not doing too great at the moment. He's flagging a bit. I don't think he's had enough high calorie food to eat, so I've just sat him down. She's had 2 sausage rolls and some high calorie nuts, and also some energy drinks and gels. So hopefully that will boost him up a little bit for the next 5 miles to Ingleby Cross. But I have got a couple of other intersections on the road, so I can go and meet him and check he's all right and give him anything else that he needs. So fingers crossed. He's determined to get to Ingleby Cross. It's just whether he has any energy left in him today to get any further. So tune in later and we'll see what's going on. It's day 4, it's 10 to 5, your feet are swollen, your legs are shot, but it's the last day we can do this, come on! Where are we going?
The plan is to get to Robin Hood's Bay. I didn't manage to do any more miles than the absolute bare minimum yesterday. My legs just fell apart. So it's technically 50 miles to Robin Hood's. It's going to be a long day. I'm hoping I'll get there. I'm hoping I'll just run off fumes when I know there's only like 10 or 15 miles left. It's a tougher day today. It's nowhere near as tough as the first day. Lots of sort of up and down climbs in the moors, but no sort of big mountains, I suppose. Let's see how it goes.
What kind of miles are we looking at for today?
Officially it's 50.
And how many stops have we got, official stops along the way?
Well, there's quite a few little stops that I've put in, but official stops is only 3. It's 3 days worth rolled into one, but I've put lots of little extra checkpoints in.
Okay, great. Well, we'll definitely keep you well and truly filled with carbohydrates today to keep you going.
Yeah, that's what happened yesterday. I literally just ran out of fuel and bonked completely. So the last 9 miles took something like 4.5 hours, I think, in the end. I was literally just sort of almost like walking in a zigzag at one point.
Well, it's day 4, you've done a hell of a lot of mileage, but at least you're still smiling.
Yeah, ish.
Okay, well, we'll give everybody an update later when we get to the first checkpoint, but good luck for today.
Thank you.
Lloyd, you've made it to Claybank Top. So what's that, 38 miles to go now?
Yeah, I think it's 11 3/4 miles done, 38 to go.
And you're having a cup of tea and some cold pizza.
Last night's pizza.
And we've made you some more carb drink. So don't worry, Joy, he's drinking carbs. So what's the next leg you've got?
This is quite a desolate leg, but I think the big up and down climbs are already done. This is just more rolling now.
Okay.
Inevitably at some point I've got to keep going downhill, otherwise I'm not going to get into the coast. So I mean, at the moment we're getting roughly about 400 metres above sea level, so the next 32 miles I've got to be dropping it surely.
Okay.
38 miles, sorry.
And I'll be meeting you at, is it the Lion Pub? Is that a halfway point that we've put on our...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So keep going, you're doing well, you're looking perky. Let's just keep getting some food into you and keep you stocked up with snacks and drinks for the journey, and we're good to go.
Yeah, I feel better than yesterday.
Good. So we're on top of the Yorkshire moors. It's raining again. The visibility is really poor, but we're at stop 2, the Lion Inn. You've just got out of your wet gear and changed clothes, and you're warming up in the car now, aren't you, Lloyd?
Yeah, I wasn't really prepared for that rain to come in, so verging on hypothermic, but thankfully the stop came in just as I got caught in it, so just warming up. It's like an oven in here now, and then got another 9 miles to the end of the official day, which is the penultimate day on Wainwright's walk, which is Glaisdale. Some of that's on roads, but not that Amy will be able to do much supporting of me today, because visibility is about 50 metres if you're lucky.
So it looks to be a bit more downhill from here now.
I hope that's not figuratively speaking. Yeah. So I don't know, what's the height we're at now? We're at bang on 400 metres above sea level. So 29 miles to go, 400 metres to drop down to sea level. Sounds great, but actually that comes with its challenge. My feet are so pulverised, and as are my quads. That actually makes going downhill more tiring actually than going uphill. But mentally, it's a bit of a boost knowing, I've got a descent rather than a huge ascent to do.
Well, we've got your shoes off and we're drying your feet at the moment.
Yeah, I'm going to set off in about 10 minutes, so about 12:40. Next 9 miles, I would have thought 3:30ish, maybe in this weather. You tend to push a bit harder just because the weather's so poor. So 3:30 maybe, and then that's 20 miles exactly to go, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, right, let's get you ready to go then.
Thank you, and thanks for the support, everyone.
I thought I'd just share with you all the conditions that he's in up here on the moors. It's wet and very windy. You can probably hear the wind on the microphone. Yeah, rather him than me. Well, we're at official stop 3 for the day, Glaisdale. Lloyd's just finishing some cereal. It was raining, I think, the whole way from the Lion, wasn't it?
Felt like it, absolutely soaked.
Changing footwear and socks again. Bit of a
third time today, isn't it?
bit of a road section now, though. So you think?
Well, road and woods.
Right.
Just 4 miles from Glaisdale to Grosemont. So Glaisdale is where we are now. That's the start of the final day of the official walk. 20 miles to go. Although I've added in a little interim stop at Grosemont, which we passed through anyway in 4 miles' time. And then the final checkpoint is Robin Hood's Bay. Because of time, we might make a little cut here and there, just to shave off a few kilometres. So hopefully a little bit less than 20 miles now.
Great. Okay.
If I can get my shoes on, fit my feet in the trainers, which will be half the battle, then I think I've got about 4.5 hours or so left, so about 8:30, I think. probably give or take, maybe half 9, but who knows? Sometime hopefully before last light.
Yeah, well, potentially 8:30 sunset. If we can get you down onto the beach at Robin Hood's then.
Yeah, there's also a pub right on the bottom right by the beach. I've been dreaming of having a pint actually. Probably the last thing I should have, but maybe a pint of Wainwright ale.
Well,
Black Sheep or something like that.
let's get down there and let's get one. So
before last orders.
So we'll check in with everybody at the next stop in, I think, is it 4 miles, 6 miles?
4 miles.
4 miles.
So that's about 7k.
Okay, right. See everybody later.
Okay, thank you.
We made it to Gromont. Last stop of the day before you hit Robin Hood's Bay. Changed shoes again. And it stopped raining and the sun's coming out.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Actually pretty terrible the last 4 miles. Just the last mile or so, it's just really hit me. It's the same sort of feeling as I was having yesterday evening around the same time. I think I'm just run out of energy. So I think I've got about, with taking out some of these dog legs, I think I've got as little as about 11 miles to do. So what's that? That's 17, probably about 18k. I'll do it, but I think it'll be a long, slow and hard slog. So hopefully I'll finish in the light, but even if it's 4k, 3k an hour, I'll get there.
We're power walking now rather than running. You just don't have the energy in the legs anymore.
No, I'm gone. And also the tarmac sounds easier, but actually it's harder because the pounding hurts your muscles more. And there's more tarmac now to the finish. Makes the navigation easy there on the plus side.
Okay, well, let's push on, and I'm with you for most of the way behind you on the road now.
Okay.
So I'll keep giving you lots of encouragement. There's Lloyd, that little speck walking across the moor. And there's the sea! Oh God, he's walking so slowly now. I feel like he's gonna crawl down to Robin Hood's Bay on his hands and knees. Oh, it must be so awful seeing where you've got to go, but knowing it's still like so many miles away. Come on! Lloyd, you are live on Facebook and you've just finished the coast to coast. And you just ran the last bit. Oh my God, I cannot believe it. I don't even know how you had the legs for that last bit of it.
Yeah. So that's, what time is it? 88 hours. 49 minutes and 59 seconds, I think.
That's what it's taken you to run it over the last 4 days. Wow.
Yeah.
Gee. Oh my God, I can't believe you even ran that last bit. That is just your feet. I could see you shuffling in the last village.
I was probably going about half a mile an hour, wasn't I?
And you ran that section and then you slowed right down again, and I thought, oh
Yeah.
God, you've wrecked your feet now.
If my toes are even past my feet, that would be a miracle.
Oh, but how do you feel about the achievement? I mean, Sunday when we were in Kirkby Stephen, you didn't even think that you were going to continue.
Yeah. I'm sure feeling happy will come. I'm just glad it's all over. Not doing that again.
Oh God. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thanks for your help.
No problem. Oh God, 4 days of craziness. And people getting secretly obsessed on Facebook watching the videos.
Yeah.
But everybody's comments kept you going, didn't they, every day?
It did.
Oh.
Now, I just want to get these shoes off.
Do you need a beer?
I just want to get the shoes on. Anything else comes second.
Well, you could take them off and I can give you a piggyback back to the car.
Come on then.
Oh my god. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
We're back home
20 to 1 this morning.
after a McDonald's and a slight stop on the way. Fits of giggles on the way home with Lloyd screaming out in pain because of his feet and me screaming to try and keep myself awake on the motorway. But for those of you who are asking how Lloyd's feet look after a race, we're going to show you now. Anybody that is squeamish or does not like to look at...
Yeah, this video comes with an 18 rated health warning.
Yeah, switch off now or close your eyes. Right, so what does 185 miles do to your feet? Well, first of all, his feet aren't normally that big.
Yeah, the swelling is atrocious.
You can't even see his ankles, really, on either side of the left foot.
The right foot is still incredibly swollen as well, but it just looks normal in comparison to the left foot.
We've got really nasty... what's that been there, Lloyd? Rubbing or...
I couldn't even hazard a guess.
Toenails are obviously black and battered and bruised. The little toe, not a lot left of it. You've got weeping and pus and...
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Shall I wiggle the toes?
Try. And the same on this foot, that little toe, not looking great. Blisters, black toenails, toenails falling off. There's been a blister under that toenail and now the toenails come off.
Yeah, well that one was quite an interesting one, the third toe, because I've never seen that one before. The blister was such, before it sank, that the toenail was actually the top of the blister, and it was no longer part of the toe. Now the blister's gone, it looks like it's reattached, but it actually wasn't.
And I think you've completely lost your toenail on the little toe there.
Have I? Very nice.
There's not a lot left of it if there is. It might be a bit hanging down the bottom there.
Don't need to invest in toenail scissors though. That's the one bonus.
No. Chiropodists would have a heart attack if they saw your feet. And yeah, we're pretty swollen on that side as well. So yeah, that's what 185 miles in 4 days does to your feet, guys. So if anybody's thinking about doing it, maybe think again.
Yeah, you'd think I'm just always thinking the achievement or the memories en route. The overriding memory of this trip is going to be my feet.
But do you regret doing it?
No, I don't regret it. Had some huge blows. The Kirkby Stephen video I've now seen. That was a massive low. I was 90% ready to pull out. I don't know what actually suddenly made me continue. And the end of the penultimate day, where I did something like 9 miles in 4.5, 5 hours, it was ridiculous. I was having to stop every few hundred metres. And then actually the end last night, I was promising myself I'd do a good running section in, although I did run the last few hundred metres so quickly that Amy wasn't prepared to video it. What it doesn't really tell you is that actually the preceding 3 miles, I was still going at about half a mile an hour, wasn't I? Going down the hill. It was so steep, and I just couldn't even hobble at that point.
I don't even know. Still don't know how you ran those last few hundred metres though, with the size of that blister that was on your ankle.
To be honest with you, partly just wanted to finish properly. The other part of me then just eventually just reconciled with, I can see the finish. If I just run it, it's
a couple of minutes of pain as opposed to about 10 minutes. So for every couple of minutes of running, I was saving 10 minutes, another 8 minutes in the long run on the pain front. So that was the winning equation.
And you've watched all your videos back that I took of you now, and you've read everybody's comments, haven't you?
No, I've enjoyed all the comments. Thank you to everybody who's supported me. I think the other thing just to say now is that I think I've eaten enough Mars bars, Twixes, Kit Kats, junk food to last me a lifetime. I don't want to ever see any more crisps. Sausage rolls from Greggs are out.
Pasta bowls,
disgusting, and even granola at the Second doesn't sound as appealing as it was about a week ago, and I used to have it every day. That's also on the out list.
Right, well we'll get some fruit and veg into you instead then.
Yeah, but things like Brussels sprouts never seemed so attractive until now.
Right, well let's go and have some Brussels sprouts for dinner then.
Yeah.